Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Angela if you have not met me yet, and today I thought it would be a good idea to show you my makeup routine for when going to the Disney parks. My makeup routine varies a lot, and I could be doing a really heavy day or a really light day, and I think Disney, I kind of nailed it down to a science because it's very hot, it's very humid. But also I'm going to be taking Instagram pictures and I'm going to be meeting people, so I also want to make sure I look my best. And this is kind of just a routine that I made. It results a lot of trial and error, and I'll put a bunch of pictures around here of my makeup when I'm at the Disney park, so it gives you a little frame of reference if you like all of this makeup. And then keep watching. If not, I'll catch you guys in the next one. So first things first, I gotta make sure my hair is back. So these are Simba ears. I love them. They're like literally my absolute most favorite. These were actually really expensive. I think they were $20. But it was the last day of my trip when I got them, and we just balled out, honestly. I just balled out. I got them. But if you have a headband of your own, I would recommend using those, or even just clips. Just make sure that the hair's out of your face because we're going to be applying stuff and I don't want to ruin your hair. So first things first, you want to make sure you prep the skin. My skin's very dry, so I want to make sure that I hydrate it and make sure it's super moisturized, especially in the heat. You're going to be sweating a lot, so I just need something that will be best for my skin, so it's the best possible defense for the Florida heat. Super important to start. I don't have it with me now, but I do have a face sunscreen. I would recommend using it as much as possible, even if it's cloudy out. In Florida, you could still get sunburn, or you can still get any type of sun damage, and we don't want to have wrinkles when we're 40, so just make sure that you use sunscreen and make sure you use a lot of it and that you reapply. And I like to put it before my makeup, just so it has that layer, and then also I have a spray that comes on afterwards, so I do recommend adding those two steps to your routine. So for now, what I use is, let me focus on that, Miss Congeniality. I don't know if that's how you say it. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's a rose water hydra mist. Has rose, aloe, chamomile, and witch hazel. I love this because it just tones out my face and gives a nice complexion. I know that this is a little expensive, but I did get it in the cause box, so I didn't pay full price for it. I paid about $50 for about $250 worth of product. This is not sponsored at all. I'm just telling you where I got it, and I like it a lot. I'm trying to ration it because I don't want to pay full price for it, but it's there. I'm gonna put this, I'm just gonna put it on my face. I don't know, and it smells really good too, so you always want to look your best and feel your best. So next I have the Tatcha water cream. I couldn't afford the big one, so I got the small one. Actually, my mom got me the small one for Christmas, and I love it. And when I have a grown-up job, maybe I'll get the big one. I probably will, but this is really cool, so I'm just gonna rub on my face. Perfect. And then last is I'm gonna get the hydrating snail, the green snail hydrating gel. This I got, I believe it's a pink box in FYE, and it has a lot of K-beauty brands. So again, I didn't pay full price, but it was part of a box. A lot of the stuff that I get is usually part of like a larger box, because it's a little less expensive. This actually, out of the 3 products that I use, I probably think I like the consistency better, because it comes on really thick, and I need that again because my skin's really dry. Good. So my face is all prepped. You'd be putting on the sunscreen, and then I have all of my moisturizers. I use 3 moisturizers. My skin just needs it, honestly. If your skin doesn't need it, or if your skin is a lot more oily, then I recommend just having a skincare prep that's mainly for your skin type, but this is just my personal skin type. So for Disney parks, I try not to put on too much foundation. I try to keep it very light, also because I know that it'll probably be gone by the end of the day anyway. So I use the Tarte Double Beauty, and then I have the Kylie Jenner concealer. I have this in shade light medium sand, and then this is in shade sand. So these are my two go-tos. I think you can really use any foundation. You don't have to use like the high brands, but making sure you set it and prep it beforehand, it makes all the difference. So I have a damp beauty blender. I'm just gonna put this on my face. So that's one side done to see the difference. And this is both sides complete. Again, I really do love the face tape. Again, it's a little drying, so making sure that you moisturize a lot beforehand, it really makes all the difference for that. And then just for added definition, I'm gonna put the concealer, and I put it underneath my eyes, and then I also put it in my nose area. And you could do more spots if you want. I'm not a makeup artist, but this is just what works for me. And that's all my concealer complete. The next thing that I have is the Kylie setting powder. I have this in the shade beige. This is probably the most important step because it sets your face and makes sure that nothing's moving, especially in the humidity. If you've ever been, you can feel the water in the air, and I hate it. Well, I love Florida, but it does me dirty sometimes. So this really is a make or break. Again, you don't have to use this brand, but any setting powder would work. I like to dip it in with my damp beauty blender, and I'm just gonna follow along underneath the eyes. This is where I see it coming off the most, and then my cheek area. My forehead and my nose, really, I don't see any products coming off, but we can do that just in case. Perfect, so the base is all set, and the next step would be blush. I love blush so much because I think it gives you a youthful look. As a princess party performer, blush is probably the most important part of your beauty routine because it's what reads the most on the camera, especially if you're taking a lot of pictures. I was blessed enough to have people like ask me for a picture, which that never happened to me before, so I also wanted to make sure that I was my best for those pictures. And I also, my boyfriend and my family take a lot of pictures of me during the trips, and you just want to make sure you look your best, you look pretty, you look youthful. So this is a Walmart brand blush. I'm actually a little embarrassed by it, but she's my ride or die. This is the Milani Blossom Time Rose. The reason why I have her, I'm gonna like hold her ear because I don't want her here, but I just haven't found a better blush, and I don't want to spend like $30 on a blush if this one does the trick. I'm not a fan of this one, so I really don't recommend it, but it's just what I use right now, and what I've been using for the past like year or so, because I'm just a little lazy when getting my blush. Okay. Hi, yeah, I love you. Yeah, she's like literally all broken. I really did her dirty. I'm so... So then I have, I think this is SK, this is the contour, but I use it for my blush. And then, if your blush is like mine, just try to get the pieces that like are kind of loose. And then I just like putting it like right here. And then right here. I know some people like putting it on their nose. I usually only do that when I'm like hanging out with Moana, but like that's really it. I'm not sure if it's reading on camera, but I added a bunch of blush right here. I'll probably lower the exposure a little bit so you can see it. But it's I can't add any more else, so it'll look kind of cuckoo. And then the next I have the Hoola Benefit contour, sorry. And this I use very, very lightly because I feel like my skin tone changes by the minute. Sometimes I'm super tan, sometimes I'm super olive, sometimes a little bit more pale. And this seems to be kind of a median, but if it's just something that I deal with. If my skin color changes, I don't like using a ton of contour because then you can see it more or less depending on how my skin is that day. If you check my Instagram pictures, you know that like sometimes I look like really white and sometimes I just look really tan. It's just me, honestly. So I just have a little bit. I'm just gonna pat in, and then we're just gonna put it along the sides. You have one right here and one right here. Don't worry, we're gonna blend it out. So you see this one's a little harsh. So I'm just going to go in with my beauty blender and just put it out. Now this, I have a baby face, I know that, I have like a round face, so this is just to add a little bit of dimension to your face if you have like a face structure like mine. Awesome. Okay, I think we're all set. Okay, so usually And especially if you see in my last couple of videos, I like to do mascara, I do eyeliner, and then I also do like a full round of eyeshadow. And that usually my ride or die. But when going to the parks, you really, besides the face makeup, I usually only focus on eyelashes and then a little bit of dimension for the eyelids. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of bronzer right here, and then I'm gonna put on fake lashes. I know people don't like using fake eyelashes in the parks. For me, I never had a problem with them, and they've just been really consistent with me. That way I don't have to worry about my mascara running, or if I like touch my eyes a lot, so if like I go like this, like it's not gonna have like a black streak everywhere. And I have a really good eyelash glue, so it's kind of like a one and done for me. It's like not really that deep, so that's just what I use, and that's kind of what I recommend too, because it's like super easy. It takes 10 minutes. Okay, so this is the Fenty brush. This is 210 blending. So I'm just going to use this with my Hoola Benefit bronzer. I'm just going to take a little bit. I'm just going to follow this line. Just follow the crease of your eye. Again, I don't like using like the absolute most. And I don't like doing a full eyelash, because usually when I wear my eyelashes, you can like just see my eyelashes. And it's just, I don't want to waste my time. Also, please remember that you're like also doing this in like the hotel room or like wherever you are. So it's like you want it to make it like super fast and easy for like the other girls or just like your other family in the room. So you're not taking the most time. I'm like breaking it through and like actually going step by step, which is why it takes a little bit longer. But like when I'm in there and like it's time. When I'm in there and it's time to like go, like I can do this pretty fast. So there are these eyelashes that I wore at my last trip. They were poppin'. I love them. They were my pride and joy. I think I never looked better with a pair of eyelashes, and honestly, like, they were my ride and die. Like, those were my holy grail eyelashes. I love them so much. I can't say more good things about them. But unfortunately, I left them in the hotel room my last day at Disney. And I actually like want to cry now. Like, okay, so take a moment of silence. Okay. So I don't have them with me now. So I have just like these kiss lashes that I'll put on. Look like this, and I'll go more into detail, but these are not the lashes. I just want to make sure that these are not the lashes that I used, and I'm sorry. I really let you down. I let myself down. I let those eyelashes down. I hope those eyelashes are doing well though. So these are the ones I'm using. These are actually pretty similar to the ones that I would use. They're very natural, but they're going to add a little bit of length and volume, which is something that I'm lacking. If you see... Oh, it already focused for me. Look at that. So if you see my eyelashes are very thin, I would say. So I just want something that'll kind of do a little oomph, and then also something that you can see in pictures from far away. So if I'm like this far away, like I'd be able to probably see it. And then this is nasty. Honestly, it's really like, it's nasty. But this is my eyelash glue. Let me see if I can focus on it. But this is the one that I use. I used to use a clear one and then put my eyelashes on. However, for some reason I was getting a lot of like white residue, which isn't supposed to happen, but I was just getting it. So I use the black one now. The black one I wouldn't use though until you're really good at it. I was terrible at wearing eyelashes and putting them on. But after practice, and also because I kind of needed it for my part-time job, you really just, it takes practice. And then this black one, it kind of also doubles as an eyeliner. And something that's really important that I didn't really grasp until I started wearing them more often is that you have to wait for the glue to dry. So like wait till it's more tacky. I used to not do that, and then it used to get really messy, and I'm like, wow, eyelashes are really messy, but they're really not. They're actually pretty clean, and I think arguably less messy than mascara, but You just have to wait for it to be like tacky, so you can just like form it on your eye and then it's fine. I would actually, on the trip that you see all my eyelashes, I actually wore one that was a little bit more prominent, but actually I kind of live for these. I kind of don't mind them. So as me with both of my eyelashes done, I actually like how they came out. I think it kind of just oomph up my look, and then also it is going to be a lot better when going to the parks because you don't have to worry about any of your mascara running. I wore something a little bit more dramatic when I went. However, these are just the eyelashes that I had, and honestly I'm kind of living for them. I really do like them. So then you want to put on some chapstick. Great. So this is it. Okay, so actually while I'm putting on chapstick, listen to your body when going to the parks. Like if your lips start getting like chapped and like crusty, like that means you're not drinking enough. Especially in Florida, you want to be super hydrated, and you want to be super just well, just listen again. You just want to listen to your body. If your lips are getting chapped, drink more water, and honestly just drink more water regardless. So I'm going to take these off. So this is something that I would actually wear to the parks. It's a puffy sleeve, just something that I feel like I look my best in, and also it's like super comfortable. And this is my finished look. If you like it, make sure that you comment and subscribe to my channel. I am following back anyone that shares my video as well. And please send me any makeup tips, and I would love to take them. I'm not a makeup artist. I just like doing this, and I hope you enjoyed the content on my channel. Also, feel free to DM me or comment any suggestions you have for future videos. I know I just don't want to do like DCP specifics. I know it's such like a small niche, but I'm interested in doing any Disney and lifestyle videos. So if you like this one, I could definitely do more of these in the future, and I hope everybody has the best day ever, and I'll catch everybody in the next one. Bye.